football fans. SNS Pigskin Picks. How we doing, Jer?
Good, great. Buffalo just handed it to him tonight.
Yeah, it was a one-sided
Loved
affair.
it.
It was one-sided for
Yeah.
sure. After the first Buffalo touchdown, I was like, this doesn't look good. So, um, yeah, Tua obviously got hurt, concussed. Coincidentally, the guy who hit him was Damar Hamlin, who's had his issue. So, yeah, Josh Allen only throws for a buck 39. Kind of just more of a game possession, like Buffalo didn't make any mistakes type of game.
You can't really hate on Damar Hamlin for making that hit, though, right? Even if he kick
No,
us, you're like, hey, man, this guy like almost died.
he
You're
pretty
almost
much
like,
did.
just shake it off.
Yeah, I mean that was awkward though. What he had the first down and then he was trying to do too much and he could have just slid and then he paid the price. Skylar Thompson, the vaunted Skylar Thompson, couldn't do much in relief.
Vaunted is right.
He yeah, I mean, well, I think what did Buffalo sacked him like 10 times. It was just basically they were just teeing off. Miami's offensive line looked garbage, so I mean, Achan led him in receiving yards and receptions. Yeah, like they spread it around on the receiving end. Like Shakir had 5 receptions, Kincaid had 4. James Cook did his thing, but I thought it was just kind of a Buffalo showed up and Miami just pulled a big time stinker.
Shakir's looking great. I don't know if Josh Allen's making him look great or if he's just emerging, but yeah, he's really getting his
I think kind of
throws now and
both.
his looks. No Gabe Davis, no Stephon Diggs. So yeah, I think
Yeah.
Josh Allen's proving that he can work with, like not saying these guys are talented, but he can work with anyone,
Well,
right?
yeah, he can make stars out of nobodies because
Yeah,
Stephon Diggs was in the slot a lot, so that's where Shakir is playing, right? And he's pretty quick,
yeah.
kind of a Wes Welker type of guy who can get open really quickly. So I think it's a good match. I think Buffalo's going to have to do that a lot. They can't rely on just Josh Allen to be rushing for 2 yards, throwing for two. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
100 yards rushing. They got to get a lot of everyone to pitch in, but the defense teed off.
Cook
Just
looked great.
yeah,
And
James
yeah,
Cook. He's really good. He's emerged. Damar Hamlin had 10 tackles, 8 solo tackles. That was impressive.
it's great. Great to see.
Yeah, the sacks. Well, they only had 2 sacks, but it seemed like they sacked him all night. Miami didn't get any sacks, and other than that, I don't know really what too much to say here. It was kind of just a beatdown, and Buffalo continues their winning ways, and I think both teams get a mini bye, which will help. And it was just that
I know you
one-sided.
say it's only 2 games, but I
Hmm.
really think that Buffalo made a statement tonight saying we're the team to beat in the AFC East.
Yeah, but they won it 6 years in a row, so
Oh,
that's
of
kind of
course.
obvious,
Well, a
right?
lot of people are doubting. They lost defensive pieces, they lost
Hmm.
offensive pieces, and I think
They have.
they're telling everyone, we're still these guys. Come try and beat us,
Yeah,
right?
they were down the first half to Arizona in week 1, and they were very close to if Kyler Murray could have found Marvis Harrison in the back, they could have lost that game in week 1. So it's a fine line.
No, understandable.
On paper they look good, but
To come back from 17-3 was huge too,
yeah,
though. That's just showing.
I think we'll know more like week 4, week 5, where teams are kind of lining up. It's so early, you can't. I mean, it's just 2 games, right? Small sample size, but
That's why I said, I know
it's a
you said
trend.
it's only 2 games.
Yeah, it's such a small sample size. I mean, especially with 17 weeks, like you think, oh,
Yeah.
16, 17 doesn't make a big difference, but you have that extra week to catch up a little bit, right? With 17 weeks, and before an 0-4 start was guaranteed, you can't make the playoffs in the NFL. So yeah, it's gonna be some ups and downs, but Miami 1-1, Buffalo 2-0. You get a road victory in the division. That's always great. So um, Good job for Buffalo. Any added picks that you wanted to share with everyone that you were thinking of?
I I think Kansas City's going to take care of business. I know the line's moving, and
It is, yeah.
people are thinking that the Bengals are going to have a chip on their shoulder from that horrible performance. Still
Mhm.
think Kansas City's going to roll. Maybe not a complete beat down, but definitely money line, 100% Kansas City's good bet.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing is, I think people know that Kansas City traditionally has, lost to Cincy. I think they're 1-3 in their last four, and Kansas City as big home favorites hasn't been the greatest against the spread. And Kansas City was 8-9 against the spread last year, believe it or not. So I think people are thinking it's too many points, and they're hoping since he shows up because it's KC, kind of a rivalry thing there. But I added Bears plus 6.5 to my card. I just think it's too many points. Look ahead line was like 3 or 4, and I think it's a bridge too far. So I grabbed the 6.5 with Chicago, and I don't think Dunze is going to play. But other than that, I think Bears keep it close, if not squeak one out.
So the defense impressed you then, is what you're saying?
No,
Because
I
they
mean it's
basically won the game.
again, it's just one game to me. I don't look at it as that big of a one way or the other. Like even if they had scored 40 points, I wouldn't be that impressed offensively. It was just game script. They, rookie quarterback. The rushing game couldn't get started. That game, I just wrote that was like one of the worst NFL games I've ever seen. So I look at his Texans are a little overvalued. Um, they only beat two playoff teams last year, and they beat your boy Joe Flacco and gang in the playoff game there. And then other than that, I haven't seen him really get tested too much. So I'll take the 6.5.
Understandable.
Yeah, I'll take the six
Understandable.
and a half.
I still think Houston's going to have a great game, and I don't see Chicago scoring more than 21, and I think they win. Cover that. I think it's 28-21
Hmm.
final for Houston.
I don't think Houston's defense is that great. That's something that I'm holding on to. Is they didn't look that good against Indy, and I don't think Caleb's going to throw for 97 yards again. But who knows? Maybe he might. I'm pretty
I
sure he
give him three.
won't.
I'll give him three touchdowns, no more, and I think that offense will produce again.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, they had a really, really good rushing attack. They didn't really have to pass much against Indy.
Yeah.
But 6.5 in the world of NFL is quite a bit. So I grabbed that. I also put it in a 2-game 6-point teaser. I got Detroit down to -1.5, and then I teased up the lowly Giants to plus 7.5. I'm getting over a touchdown in a division game. Um, I don't think Washington is that great, so I will take the value. And if Washington ends up winning by a touchdown, that's okay for me. Um, that's -120. Don't bet it if it's -130 or -140 for the 2-game teaser. You will not win long term doing it that way. So yeah, that was 2 plays I added. You added that money line parlay. It was KC and Seattle.
KC in Seattle for the afternoon, just in case my morning goes sideways. And I
Hmm.
also have a 5-game parlay, which is all money line. The Jets and the Lions and
Hmm.
there's 3 more that are escaping me right now, but you'll hear about it in the next episode if I win or lose, and you'll hear all
You're
about how it happened.
you got a lot of faith in the Jets, which
I just think they're not going
against
0-2.
against
I
your
understand.
against your guy too, Will Levis, the guy that you love. That's really
Hey,
surprises me.
I love them out there, but after that performance, and hey, maybe Chicago's got this great defense.
Hmm.
Again, I just come back to I don't think the Jets are going 0-2. I think
Why
they're
not?
gonna. persevere.
They've gone
He's
0
going to
too many years in a row.
persevere. I know, but these Jets, I think, won't go into. I think they'll find a way to at
You're
least
not
squeak
worried that
out a
Aaron
few.
Rodgers only played one game in like 600 days? Tennessee defense looked good too. Will Levis, I think
Against
if he doesn't throw any
Caleb Williams.
interceptions, yeah, but Caleb Williams doesn't play defense, right? Like
No, I understand.
he just plays offense, and he's a rookie. And believe it or not, he was the first overall draft pick to win since David Carr in 2002. It was 22 years since first overall picks to win. I know he only threw for 90 some yards, but um, yeah, that counts as a win, I guess. But I don't think wins are a QB stat, but that's another story for another day. So yeah, anything else you wanted to discuss about this game? I thought it was just kind of one-sided. It's pretty straightforward. 3 turnovers for the Dolphins, and then I think Buffalo just got the time of possession going. After that, it was just curtains.
I don't know. Yeah, I see. Well, obviously the Tua injury is huge, but even if he comes back, I just see Miami taking a step back. Now that I've seen them play a couple games, and I know it's early, I don't see them really doing better than 10-7.
Wow, I'm surprised. I think their offense just has to wake up. I mean, they haven't scored over 25 points in either game, so kind of hard to play Dolphins football when you're not scoring points, right? It's like Pittsburgh not playing good defense, or Cleveland, right? You don't play good defense, guess what? You are going to get your ass handed to you. Just looking ahead to the next week, trying to see who Buffalo and Miami play respectively. Miami will be in Seattle, and for week 3, that is. Just taking a quick peek ahead. And Buffalo will be playing one of the 2 Monday night games. So they got a lot of rest for that game. It will be hosting Jacksonville. And the other Monday night game is the Commandos in Cincy. So we got 2 Monday night games for week 3, which is kind of weird. They usually have one, or they usually have a 2 Monday header slate in week 1 or 2, but
Could be game of the week there with the Washington Commanders and the Cincinnati Bengals. Could be both 0-2 coming
yeah,
in there vying for their first win. Okay, no
very
matter
easily.
what, someone's gonna have a win.
Very easily could be that way. Yeah, I'm looking at. I see Baltimore, Dallas, week 3. That one should be interesting. I am seeing
Yes.
San Francisco and the Rams, Kansas City, Atlanta. There's some pretty good matchups I'm looking at here. Whoa, this one might interest you. The lowly Panthers will be in Vegas, and could that be a chance for Carolina to win? I don't know. But maybe that's just a.
Well, I'll pay close attention to the spread. If it's Vegas
It's
3.5, I'm taking Vegas.
it's the look ahead line right now is 4.5.
Okay.
So I mean that's going to change obviously depending on what happens. But Dallas is -1 to Baltimore for week 3. Look ahead. Kansas City is -4.5 in Atlanta. Look ahead line. Um, Chicago will be a 2.5 point dog in Indy. Look ahead line. Houston will be -4 in Minnesota. Cleveland -6.5 to the Giants. Philly will be 3.5 in New Orleans. That's an interesting line there.
That'll be a rocking game. Can't
Yeah,
wait.
that'll be in the Nolan Stadium. Tampa will be laying 5.5 to Denver. Tennessee laying 1.5 to Green Bay, depending what happens there with the QB situation. And then I think Chargers and Steelers next week will be an interesting game. So looking forward to that. But we got a big slate ahead of us for week 2. Wrapping it up on this recap of the Bills and Dolphins. Anything else you'd like to share with us? Or are you ready to wrap it up and get ready
Let's
for?
wrap it up From the mountain forest, live and
from the Mountain
direct.
Forest. Well, thanks for everyone for listening and viewing this video on YouTube. We'd love it if you would like and subscribe, write a comment, all that good stuff. It helps us get out in the YouTube world. And we're calling it a night here. And we will catch you later
Peace.
on SNS Pigskin Picks.